The following live stream may include adult language and themes. How could we know for sure? Hasn't happened yet. Anyway, viewer discretion is advised.
We're here.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome on this fine Saturday afternoon to Once Upon a One Shot, Grimstone Gaming's monthly community game where anyone in our Discord community can offer to run a game, to develop a game, to have somebody else run a game, and anyone can hop on and play. This is a learning show, so we do have some people who are more experienced with today's system, which is Kids on Bikes, and people who are less experienced. So we're all here to learn. So if you've never played Kids on Bikes or seen Kids on Bikes in an actual play before, don't worry. We're going to tell you all about it and explain all the rules as we go. So that being said, I'm going to turn it over to our game master, Erika. What are we doing today?
Hi, everybody. Welcome to this Kids on Bikes session for today. So Mari very kindly asked me if I would run a playtest module for her Crescent City game. And if you're hearing Crescent City and thinking, are you talking about the Sarah J. Maas setting? You are absolutely correct. So fair warning, I have not read the Crescent City books, and so if any lore I mess up, do not come for me in the comments. Mari will be coming for me on stream, and so I don't need both of those. But she will serve as our resident expert on everything in the setting as we play through this Mysteries of the Lunarathon, is what I think we called it. So yeah, so that is a little bit about our story today. So I figure we will hop right in. We will meet our four players. They are currently high school students at Moonwood High in Crescent City. And we find the four of them sitting in a detention room. If everyone wants to quickly run around and describe look like. Whoever wants to go first.
All right, I will go first. So I am Bianca Dom. I am 16. I am a dark hellfire satyr. I'm kind of the academic, brains of the school, not valedictorian, just super smart. Um, Probably, unfortunately, I'm in detention because I got caught cheating off a test.
Oh no.
I know. I was just trying to be, the best I could be. That's okay. Unfortunately have like deadbeat parents, and I'm just trying to like get into college, get my life together, because I have to be better than them. I tried to just, get everything rolling in there.
Mhm.
But I
She
love,
wasn't cheating. She was just
yeah,
using a
I was not.
creative problem solving.
Right?
Yeah.
And also
Mhm.
maybe I was just helping that other student be like, it's letter B, right? I'm helping.
Mhm.
Anywho, so I'm here. I'm very upset that I'm in detention, but that's okay. I'm also going to do the best I can in detention and help everybody else detention the best. So,
Let's detention ourselves the
let's
best possible. Let's
detention the
detention
best.
so well.
Yeah, right. But I'm also, it's very like I have a very different juxtaposition. Like I look gothy, like dark black, satyr. It's like black goat, the weird
Mhm.
like goat eyes. But
Mhm.
I'm like wearing very bright colored shirt and like teal eyeshadow, because I'm trying to be very friendly. So, that's me. So, yeah,
Awesome.
that's
We find you
Bianca.
sitting at a desk, like quietly, studiously working away on some
Mhm,
homework, trying to
mhm.
detention as best as you can.
That's right, yep.
And we pan over to Kessler's character.
So, I'm playing Zed Kirby. Though most people just refer to him as Zero. Uh, an initial glance seems to like your very stereotypical computer geek. So he's got uh, wispy brown hair. He's got these big glasses. His uh, this ratty old jacket that he's just been kind of wearing around for a few years now. I think he's in detention because he was finally caught sending a he was using the school computers to send a phishing email to a medical insurance provider, her CEO.
Nice.
I love it.
Excellent. Excellent. That's perfect. Anything else you want us to know about Zero?
I think aside from like the stereotypical old nerdy computer geek look, not really.
Sweet.
I think he just looks like I just do not want to be here right now.
Yeah. So Zero looks like he's hating his life, just so bored, probably like the hood of his old jacket pulled up over his head. And sitting in the desk next to him is a ball of flames. Meg, will you describe your character?
Sure. So I'm playing Ember Flameheart. She is 17 and she what's the name of our high school again? Moon what?
Moonwood.
Moonwood. She is president of the student council. She ran with the slogan "Start a spark for Moonwood." She's a fire sprite, so she's literally made of flames. She's cute and little, and she actually didn't get detention. She is the in-house tutor for kids in detention, and nobody asked her to do this either. She just decided
So that she can also detention the best that she can.
yes, that it's just one of her many extracurricular activities. She does because she does all the things. She's a student council president. She's probably like the treasurer of another club and this, that, and the other. And she's active in her community. All the things.
Perfect. So you're trying probably really hard to get Zero to maybe open up a binder and do some schoolwork. We see that our last desk in detention is filled by Julia's character.
Yes. And so I'm playing Ilara. She's 17, a loner, but like Black Cat energy loner. She got in trouble for skipping class to collect some cool rocks that she found. One of which she found a very smooth moonstone that um, always feels warm. And
Ooh.
she also got in trouble because she's been riding her longboard in the halls. That was that.
Mhm.
The rock collecting, though, was the final straw for her to get in detention.
All right. You said your stone's always warm.
Yeah, the moonstone is always feels a little bit warm.
So
Sweet.
It might have come from her BFF in crime, Ember, but she's not 100% sure yet.
Cool.
Ooh, I love that.
Alrighty.
yeah, maybe I planted
as-
a little spark in there for you to give you a nice little hand warmer.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Never know. As the door opens to your classroom at the start of detention, you all have beaten your teacher there. But she pokes her head in and she looks at Ember and she goes, "Oh, you're here again today. Well, I think you've got it. I'm gonna go to the faculty lounge and get some work done. I trust this is all in your hands."
You can leave it to me.
Amazing. We can always leave it to you. And so she closes the door behind her, and it's just the four of you all sitting in detention now.
Ember. You got this.
Thank you. I appreciate your support. Would you like a button left over from my presidential campaign?
I take two and I put them on both sides.
That's adorable. Love it. That's super cute. So you guys are sitting in detention for a little while. When an announcement comes over the loudspeaker, Ember, it is if you're the president of the student council, this is the president of like the student social life committee whose voice comes over the loudspeaker.
My mortal enemy for some reason.
Your mortal enemy. She's like the social chair of the school, and
Oh,
like,
okay, okay. So she's under me
Yeah.
on the council. It's all part of
she's
it. It's
under
fine.
you on the council. Yeah, she's not. She wants to be the student body president, but we all know who's really in charge here. And she comes on the loudspeaker and she says, "What's up, Moonwood High? Happy first day of the Sunball season. We have our inaugural game outside in the stadium right now. Your Moonwood High, I don't know, mascot name. Your Moonwood High, I don't
Moonbeams?
know.
Bulldogs. I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah, we're the
Moonbeams.
Bulldogs. Yeah, Moonbeam. Oh no,
Bulldogs.
Moonbeams. Yeah, no, I like the Moonbeams. Yeah.
Your Moonwood High Moonbeams are taking on our biggest rivals across town, the Sunset Sunbeams.
Boo!
So get out and
Boo!
you can hear people behind her. Like, clearly she's got a little posse with her giving the announcement, and they all boo into the speaker. She's like, "So I expect you to be out there as soon as you can. Bye!" And then the announcement clicks off.
Because of my age, I was imagining it just as an intercom, but then you went like
Yeah.
this, and I was like, oh yeah, schools have videos now.
Schools do have videos now. I was also imagining it as just an intercom.
And yet
but,
you did the
know,
gesture anyway.
I did the gesture anyway. She definitely does that, and maybe you know that because you know her.
I can
like,
hear it in her
she definitely
voice.
punctuated that with a peace sign. Terrible.
It's like in her voice, and you're like, oh, I hate it.
Yeah. Ugh, so grating. Anyway, what are you guys up to in detention?
I've finished all of my homework, and now I'm recopying it into 4 different colors, color coding.
I love that. That is so organized.
That's excellent. That is.
Ember's
excellent.
gonna pull out her own binder and show you all of her like tabs.
Oh, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's even better. And I just like immediately like throw mine in the trash, and I'm like, okay, I have to like redo everything.
I'm gonna
My
pull
entire
a pack of spare tabs out of my backpack and give them to her.
I just like get to work. I'm like, oh, okay, done.
Excellent. Alara, what are you up to in detention?
I'm examining the moonstone that I found.
Ooh, perfect. Make
Just
a
rolling my eyes at
Bianca and Ember.
yeah.
Nice. Make a brains check as you are investigating your moonstone. We'll say that this is a DC 2.
While she's rolling that, would you like to
which means you have
talk
to get
about?
a 2. Mm-hmm.
Would you like to
Okay.
talk about the stats real quick, Erika?
Yes. So while Alara is rolling that brains check, Kids on Bikes has 6 core stats: fight, flight, brains, brawn, charm, and grit. And unlike D&D, if that's the TTRPG you're most familiar with, instead of rolling a d20 for all stat checks, instead you assign a singular die to each of those stats. So you might be really good at grit and have a d20 in it, but you might be really bad at fighting. And so you would just assign a d4 to that skill. And so whenever you're making that check, then you will roll the corresponding die you've assigned to that skill type.
So which
So, what'd you
die
get,
is your
Laura?
brain stat?
Mm-hmm.
It was the D20 and I got a 7.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well done.
Yeah, excellent. So Alara, you're looking at the moonstone and it is like fairly warm in your hands, and then all of a sudden it gets like almost too hot, like it's going to burn you. And you almost have to like drop it back onto your desk. And then when you pick it back up again, it's like a normal temperature.
That was weird, y'all. Did anybody else see that?
Mm-mm.
Was there anything
I like
to see?
look up from my notes, and my hands are covered in like ink. What?
I think Sarah was just kind of just like, oh, no, and then puts his head back down.
Can you
Half
hack
asleep.
into a moonstone?
focused.
Is that a thing you can do?
I just like I don't even pull my head all the way up. I kind of just roll it a bit to the side, just give her a side eye. Like,
Just thought I'd ask. What's going on?
That was a good question.
Fair point.
It is a good question. So the rest of study hall kind of passes uneventfully. You guys can hear students in the hallways getting out of like clubs after school and other places, everyone making their way to the Sunball Stadium. And when the final bell rings to release detention, your notes are perfect, Bianca. They're better than when you came in this tab
Oh.
system. Like,
I'm
transform.
yeah, I'm ready. Like this is like college bound.
Mhm.
It's like Crescent City's Avid program. I don't know. I'm really
Yeah.
We can totally trade application essays if you want.
Mhm.
I'll read yours if you want to read mine.
I would love that. I
Yeah.
would love that.
Awesome. Where do you guys want to head after detention? It seems like most of the class is headed to the Sunball Stadium. The game has already started, but obviously you can join in there, or you can head anywhere else in Crescent City that you might want to go.
You guys want to check out the Sunball game? Everybody's gonna be there.
I would like to get a snack first.
They have concessions. And you know what?
Okay.
I have a key.
Oh.
I'm feeling peckish. Can we get popcorn?
We absolutely can get popcorn. Popcorn and sodas and candy. And sometimes there's even fresh baked goods.
Mm.
Zero.
I really
What do
just
you?
want a slice
I
of
like want to.
pizza.
I want to like include Zero. So I'm like, Zero, are you hungry? Like, do you have any food allergies? Like what?
What's your deal with eating?
Yeah. Very inclusive.
I could go. I could go for a bite.
Let's go! And she's gonna turn into this little like buzzy ball of fire, and her backpack, which is obviously made of flame retardant material, drops to the ground, and she goes oops, and she goes back into a form where she can pick up her backpack again.
Excellent. And Julia, were you trying to say something?
I said I would like a slice of pizza.
Slice of pizza. Perfect.
Ooh,
Oh yeah.
Pizza
Corn-
sounds pretty good.
Ooh, Crescent. I heard the Crescent City corn dogs. Fantastic.
Let's go!
So you guys make your way from detention into the Sunball Stadium. As you're walking down the hallway, clearly this is like Ember in her student council president like element. You see like some groups of students like loitering around as you're walking, and some of them turn to you and they're like, "Hi, Ember. It's nice to see you. I voted for you."
Thank you so much. I know everyone did.
And you guys make it. The outskirts of the stadium are full of concessions, clearly because this is like the game that kicks off the Sunball season. This is like a big deal. There are parents tailgating in like a parking lot type area, and then there are also local businesses that have set up like food stands and the regular concession stand for the event. So you can find really whatever you want.
All right, so I immediately go for. I like pull my money together, and I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna get us all corn dogs, and I'll get a big popcorn, and we'll just share.
I wanted
Don't
a slice
forget-
of pizza, not a corn dog.
Yeah, don't forget the pizza.
That's right. Okay, yeah, and I'll get. Do you want 2 slices of pizza? Like I like overcompensate, right? So I'm like, okay, I'll get you 2 slices of pizza, and Zero, are you okay? Ember, do you need or what do you want?
Oh, I'll
Are
be
you- are
happy
you
to share
good?
with whatever the whole group gets.
What
Pizza
about you,
sounds
Zero?
good.
Okay, so I'll get like a whole pizza, and we'll
A
we'll
big bucket of popcorn and a corn dog
Yeah.
each.
and then some drinks, and then we'll share. Okay, so I'm like pulling the money together, and then I'll go up and like pay for everything. And then I'm saying hi to, people that I know, because I do, I am the academic, but I also like know people just because I am overly friendly. And then I come back and I'm like balancing all of the stuff in my hands.
Oh, let me help.
Make a
Doing
grit,
okay, grit check.
make
Okay,
a grit
so
check
that's
as you like
my-
come back and have like 2 pizzas, like 6 corn dogs. Like you've like really
Yeah.
over.
Okay, so
Like,
I
it's got all
Does
things.
Kids
We'll
on
give it-
Bikes have any kind of help mechanic?
Yes, so it's called like boosting, and so if
Okay.
people have taken, I think it works as if people have taken the same strength, then you can like boost each other for that strength check.
Oh, okay. All right.
But
Okay.
I think if you have the same die type in a skill, we can extend that to like taking the help action. Like if you also had a D10 in grit.
My
then
grit is a
you could-
D4.
Okay. Ooh, that's okay. All right, I got it. I got
She
a
just
2.
always offers to help.
Okay. It's all right.
All right.
I am
It's all
overly
right.
confident, so it happens.
You're really confident. It happens.
Yeah.
So you're walking over, and all of a sudden, like a soda starts to fall off this where you have it balanced on the pizza.
Yeah.
You're like,
Can I
Um,
use
does
my
someone-
flight skill to try to catch stuff real quick?
yeah,
Yay!
yeah, sure, yeah. Use your flight to try and catch things. I'll say
Okay.
this is DC 4.
A 4?
Yeah.
Is that what
What
you
do you
said?
have in flight? Is that your best one?
Yeah, it is. But I only got a
Okay.
6. But still,
Okay,
it's
that's
a
okay, you catch
success.
it. So thank goodness you're so fast. You were able to fly over and grab the sodas from where they were balanced on top of the pizza boxes. And you guys have successfully acquired all of your snacks and make it into the Sunball Stadium. The student council has special. I'm imagining Sunball is like baseball, but
Yeah.
I actually don't know. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. It's like baseball.
Perfect. Student council has special reserved seats that you're allowed to take people
Yeah.
to right behind the like umpire and the batter. So you guys are
Yeah.
able to sit like right there and get a good sense of all the action. Moonwood High is up right now. So you guys are winning against your rivals. The vibes in the stadium are really good. Does anyone know a cheer for your team that you're gonna get started?
Oh my
Ugh.
god.
Ooh.
Putting everyone on the spot.
0.
Really? I don't usually go to. I'm not usually a sports guy.
Yeah.
I don't
Hack
know
into the
about
loud-
a chant, but I think I have a poster that in my backpack that I unfold, and it says "Beam 'em, moonbeams."
Perfect.
Oh, I like
Does
that.
this
Yeah.
actually now I have a question. Does this stadium have like a screen or like an LED display on the stadium?
Yes.
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 Oh,
Mhm.
if
So
I
it's
could
like-
get access to that to the controls, I could make it. I could put it like a cheer up, like "Let's go team" or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Do you want to try and either like hack into the system via like your laptop or like an external thing, or try and find
Let's try that. Yeah, let's
Okay.
try that.
Okay, we'll say that is like a DC 8. And then I guess your height, we're using brains for this, correct?
Yeah,
For your
I
hacker.
think brains.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
do
think
that.
brains would be the right one for this. Thank God I have
Yeah.
a D20 in brains. Freddie, will you bless the D20?
Thank
you, Kitty. Thank you, Kitty.
Kitty, kitty.
Freddie, you failed me. That is a 3.
Oh, no. Freddie
Um,
gets a bath tonight.
So the star of the Moonwood High Sunball team is coming up to bat just as you're like, oh, I got this. Let me put up a cheer for him on the LED screen. And instead you hit the wrong button and a like mechanical boo like echoes out through the stadium and he misses. He fully
I
whiffs.
feel terrible. Okay.
That's
Fully
okay.
That's an adversity
That's
token.
okay. You will take an adversity token for your failure there. So adversity tokens are like little boons collected when you fail a roll, and they can be cashed in to apply to your strengths later on in the game. So different strengths cost different adversity token amounts to activate. And so I think this was our first adversity token of the game. So that's a little bit about how they work. Cool.
Ember's gonna clap her hand and be like, "That's okay. We can rally, right, you guys? Rally, rally, rally."
A cowbell starts like going in the back.
Zero is kind of embarrassed. He's just gonna kind of just keep his head down, like, nope, no one pay attention. No one pay attention to me.
Yeah, Alara,
Nothing to
how are
see
you
here.
Alara is like annoyed to be here.
Yeah, she is.
Right.
I can't believe you guys dragged me here.
Pretty much, and she really just wants to go find some more moonstones potentially,
Mhm.
or some more rocks
Moonstones that are
anyway.
yeah.
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 In fact, your moonstone, like in your pocket, I imagine you may put it in your pocket because you're eating your pizza right now.
Mhm. Yeah.
it starts to get incredibly hot again. And I need everyone to make, I guess we'll say, a brains check. It will be like the equivalent of our perception check here. I need everyone to make a brains check, and we'll say the DC is a
Okay.
6 on that one.
A 6.
Brains is
Six,
my
yeah.
D20.
That's a 20 on the die.
Oh,
Nova,
nice.
Please bless my D20.
Hmm.
Nova, please bless it.
What'd you get, Julia?
Okay.
15.
15. Okay, a 5 for Meg.
17.
And a 17. Okay, so Meg, you will take an adversity token.
Okay.
You are too busy hyping up the team to notice what's going on. Alara, you find the moonstone in your pocket getting really, really warm again as you look around, and it seems like the lights in here are also really bright. And Bianca, you notice that like the music that was coming through the loudspeaker starts to almost screech. And then Zero, as you're trying to get out of the, I don't know, like program that displays stuff on the LED screen, like everything becomes like zeros and ones all together, and then your screen goes black just as the rest of the stadium also blacks out. And Alara, your stone goes completely cold in your pocket.
Shit, guys.
What is happening?
Wow, what's
I-
going
I
on?
don't know.
I think my stone did that. It got really hot and then is no longer hot. And like simultaneously, like everything just kind of shut off.
Where
I don't
did you
know.
find that?
I don't know if the
What?
stone caused it, but maybe it could be linked. It
I
could be
found
linked
it
to
like
it.
Yeah.
like down in the where the parking lot is for our cars.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should go take a
Hmm.
look around.
Yeah. Okay,
Take a look.
I'm
Okay,
in.
There's a bunch of like low
Yeah.
murmurs in the stadium as people like realize the power isn't going to come back and everyone starts to exit. And as you walk out of the Sunval Stadium, you realize that this isn't just the stadium's power grid, that as you look around at like the businesses around the Sunball Stadium and into the city, everything is incredibly dark. It seems like a city-wide blackout has taken place.
Okay.
whoa.
I immediately,
Wow.
so outwardly, I'm like, okay, like we can figure this out, but inside, I'm like really worried about my parents. And
Mhm.
like, because I know, I'm like, oh, great, like, are they at home? Like, are
Mhm.
they, like, did they go out anywhere? Like, what's happening? And then I'm like, okay, what's going on? But I try to outwardly be very like, we can figure this out. Like, it's gonna be okay.
Mhm.
And that's my like self-soothing.
Mantra.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah,
He's
it's
fine.
fine.
He's gonna be
Good.
okay.
Alara looks
Nobody
to Ember
panic.
and asks her, do you think this stone did all this for in the entire city, Ember?
Can I examine it and see if there's any properties I can glean from it?
Yeah. Yeah, make a brains check.
Yeah, I thought that might
We'll
be.
say
the
this
Do you
is
want
a
help with brains check?
Yeah, but how does that
Yeah.
work? We have to have the same dice?
I would say so because there's not a like mechanic for boosting the stats rolls. I'll say if you have the same or better in brains than the person rolling,
Okay.
you can help them.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, I have a
I've-
20. I have a D20 in brains. But
Okay.
Yeah,
also,
so
can
do
I
I.
do like, I mean, because uh I can give like lore stats. That's my like
Mhm.
boosting, so I can give lore stats while we're
Yeah.
while we're doing, and that's
Yeah,
my like
that's your
boost.
strength, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I can
Oh.
be doing. So then do I roll to help her, or
So
how do
yeah,
I
so
do
you guys
that?
will both make brains checks. We'll
Okay.
have Ember make a brains check. We'll just use advantage here as our like boost system. Since Alara is helping you, and then Bianca, you also make a brains check with whatever the addition is to your strength. Do you not 20?
Cool.
No, I got a 19.
Oh, nice.
Equally good.
I got
That's
a
really good.
9, which is good for the fact that I have a D10.
Yeah, no, that's really good. That's great. Awesome. Okay. So, Ember, you're investigating the moonstone, and you realize that it looks like the same type of moonstone that the fountain, the lunar fountain in the middle of the city, is made from. And Bianca, you like are able to affirm that. it is in fact the same type of stone that is found on the Lunar Fountain.
Mhm.
And you also know that like this is kind of a rare material,
Right.
and that there could be people who are selling other moonstones within the neon market kind of
Yeah.
district area. Mhm.
Hmm.
Yep. Yeah.
If you want to
Okay.
provide background on what the neon market is, go for it.
Yeah, so the neon market is like the underground, like the seedy kind of underground of Lunathion, and it's like which is Lunathion is like the proper name for Crescent City because it's shaped like a crescent. Um so but the neon market is like the black market, but it's called because there's a lot of neon lights and that are powered by the first light, which is the magic
Mhm.
of Lunathian. So when if now there's no light and we're wondering like what's going on and people, are, I don't know, there's like chunks of this moonstone maybe found, like what's happening, was there
Mhm.
a raid, did somebody try something, like oh my gosh. So
Yeah.
super, something is super sketchy.
I wonder if we should check the fountain
Yeah.
Mhm.
and see if maybe this piece is broken off from
Mhm.
the fountain itself, or if it's like something happening with all of the moonstone in town. I
Yeah.
think we should
Mhm.
go see if the fountain
Was
is
it like a
malfunctioning in any
plug?
way.
Yeah, was it
Yeah,
like a
a plug.
plug? Like I'm
Yeah.
thinking like a, like the two prong and
Yeah.
somebody
Yes.
just unplugged it.
Mhm.
Whoops, my
Someone
Yeah.
bad.
turned it off. We gotta go
Yeah.
turn it back on
Alara,
again.
did you unplug the fountain? We got to plug it back in.
Oh, like I said, I found the moonstone in our parking lot where we park our
Was it
cars, and
was it
so
in a parking spot or was it just like
it was
on the
next to
sidewalk?
one.
Oh, interesting.
Were
Okay.
there
All
other
right.
Yeah.
I'm going
pieces
to
of the
write that
stone as
down.
well, or was this the only
Mm,
one?
I only saw this one, but then I was also like in a hurry because um our teacher was there and he was yelling at
Yeah,
me because obviously I was skipping class looking at rocks again.
Yeah.
sure.
Mhm.
I feel
Uh,
confident that you would have noticed if there were more though, because you're so
Mhm.
good at
yeah.
identifying
Looking
rocks.
around. Yeah.
So that makes me think that maybe somebody took this one or broke this piece off in some manner, since there weren't multiple, and maybe they just like dropped it, or maybe they
Yeah, and
meant
there
for you
wasn't
to
a car
find it.
parked in that spot anymore, so they might have just like went away with it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all want to head to
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
fountain and see what we can find out?
Yeah. So from my backpack, I pull out
Mhm.
like a little tiny notepad, like a detective notepad, and I like flip it open and start like taking down notes.
Perfect.
Excellent. Excellent. Oh my gosh. Very good. That is perfect. Cool. So you start
Mhm.
taking notes as you guys walk through town and head towards the
Walk.
fountain.
Who needs to
Oh yeah,
walk?
Wow.
that's
I
right.
get my I get my
This is
bike.
based on bikes. What
I'm just
mode of
walking. I have
transportation
my
is for you?
longboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Got.
Lara's
I have
got
my
this
little
super cool
scooter.
longboard. I
Yeah.
have my black and teal BMX bike with that have modified pedals for my satyr hooves that have
Cute.
little cups.
Yeah, that's epic. Like a
And I
spin
fly.
bike, you like clip in.
Yeah.
Strap in. Click those shoes in.
Yeah. And then my helmet goes like has little
Horn holes.
like cutouts for my horns.
Horns. So cute. I love that. Cool. So we've got Alara on her longboard, Zero on his electric scooter, Bianca on her bike, and Ember flying along next to them. As you guys make your way through town, you notice that Ember is the only thing putting off any kind of light around you guys. And the
Oh.
sun is like
Okay.
slowly, getting towards sunset in the sky. So soon it is going to be pretty dark around here. And the businesses are all shut. It seems like people are realizing there's not going to be power left, so they're locking up and going home for the day. And the vibes are just like kind of down. As you get to the fountain in the middle of the city, you see that the fountain is no longer flowing.
Mhm.
This is the first time any of you have seen this fountain not flowing. It is kind of like a perpetual situation. So this is very, very odd.
So first thing I'm like, Ember, be careful. It's water. Like clear 'cause she's fire. I'm like, I like hold her little like flame back. I'm like, be careful. And I like set her on my head. Let's just she can like grab my horde.
I'm just gonna perch up here. Don't worry, I carry around a miniature fire extinguisher in case I catch you on fire.
That's why she's on my horn.
That's what's in the water bottle pocket on my backpack instead of water is a fire extinguisher.
Just in case. That's
Just in
really
case.
excellent.
Doesn't look like there's any water to be had though.
Yeah, I don't see any, and it looks pretty dry. I wonder how long it's been dry for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if it had just shut off, there would at least still be water in there.
Yeah, like residue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There are some people milling about outside, like some business owners who have like shops in this square. And so if you want to ask questions, you're more than welcome to just like call into the, or find someone to ask a question, or you guys can make brains checks to kind of learn some more information.
And we ask a random person walking by if they know how long the water has been off for.
Yeah, you see, a dark elf closing up what's clearly some type of like cafe shop. And they turn around and they're like, "Oh, what, we're closed for the day. I think everyone else is closing here too. It's probably best if you kids get home."
Oh, no, sir. I was just wanting to know if you perhaps realized when the water turned off at the moon fountain.
Oh, that's interesting. Let me think. It's been like running kind of weird the past couple of days. It's been on and off. But this morning, when I got to work to open up, I noticed that it was completely dry. So maybe sometime last night when I wasn't here.
Oh.
So
Do you know anybody who would have been here last night?
Not that I can think of. I mean, I pretty much pack up and head home at the end of the day. I wouldn't imagine anyone's around here. There are, I don't know how techie you kids are, but there are security cameras and stuff from other businesses, so you can take a look if you wanted to.
Techie,
she kind of elbows Zero.
Yeah, like, I'm on it. I'm on it.
I'm on it.
Bianca was saying something as well.
So I also pitch in and I say like, well, I know for a fact that there's security footage around the system, like around all of the like the city landmarks and things like that. So I turn to Zero and I say, "Hey Zero, like, can you hack into the security systems?"
Mm-hmm.
I want to try the hack first before I make a response.
He just gives me like one finger. He's just like,
"Hold, please."
Yeah.
Make a brains check. Zero. We'll say that this is a DC 7.
We're doing so much with our brains.
That is a 13, so I think it's safe to say I'm like when he asks like, "Yeah, sure, let me just tap into my hack all the cameras in the city button." I'm sorry if that sounded sarcastic. It wasn't. I'm in.
Let me just press this button real quick.
Yep.
Perfect. And up on your screen, it becomes like a tiled view as you can kind of click around to different landmarks in town, and you click through and make and expand the security feed of the Lunar Fountain. And it seems as though last night around peak moonrise, you see a bunch of figures in dark cloaks with hoods approach the fountain, and the water shuts off, even though it doesn't seem like they've touched it at all. And then they click something on the inside of the fountain, and where the water usually fills, that basin becomes a spiral staircase going down.
Whoa.
Secret tunnel!
The cloaked figures descend, and then it fills back up and looks like a normal, like, concrete basin again.
And that is our entrance to Dungeon Crawler World.
Yes! So can we tell from the video where and what we need to do to make that open again?
Yes.
Sweet. I'm gonna do that.
Yes.
Wait, but guys,
Heck yeah.
are these Death Eaters?
Crossover!
Inceptions.
We're gonna
Yeah,
find out. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah,
I have a Patronus in my backpack.
You are our Patronus.
I am a Patronus. Let's go.
Perfect. Cool. So yeah, Meg, if Ember wants to recreate that button push, that like series of things on the inside, you are able to quickly find that. But as you press the button, nothing happens.
Oh.
Why? Does it not like me? Somebody else try.
Do we need to use this?
Maybe.
Yeah, Laura, try it.
Okay.
All right.
Can I make a brains check as to where this would need to go?
I can
Yeah,
help you.
absolutely.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
help you.
I have D20 for mine.
Yeah. Me,
So-
Okay.
because I can match her, right? Because
Yeah, you can match her. So we'll,
Yeah.
we'll
So you
say we'll
can
do
give
like
it
an
a-
advantage roll
Yeah.
here for that.
Okay, I got a 12.
I got an 18.
Okay,
Ooh,
well,
okay.
You're good. It's not much of a help, but
So
you know.
working together, Bianca like presses the button a few more times, and reassures Ember it is not just her. Like Bianca can't get it first either. And Elara, you like survey the inside of the fountain, and this moonstone that you found really is some type of like plug situation, as you find a crack where a stone is missing, and you're able to slot your stone in perfectly, and then the button starts to glow blue.
Smash.
So clicking the button now that it has glowed, that it is illuminated, the staircase starts to materialize. You can hear like the grinding of stone against stone as the basin of the fountain becomes a spiral staircase headed down.
Secret tunnel. Let's go, you guys.
Okay,
I'm
gonna pull out my
Bianca-
flashlight just to.
Okay.
Zero goes first. He's the man.
Sure,
Gender-
you know what?
Only
Sure,
gender
yeah.
roles.
All right, yeah, Zero is the first person down there, I guess.
Also,
Zero's
it's numerical order, right? So zero.
Yeah,
is first.
0, 1, yeah.
Yeah, that too. That too.
Excellent. Bianca, you start like moving your flashlight around the walls as you guys all descend the staircase. Make a brains check. We'll say this is DC4, and this is just to provide some lore on the, I think we called them the Lunar Caverns.
Okay.
And just as a detail, Ember's gonna try to fly like above the rest of the party if there's enough headspace to try to get as much light cast as possible as well. Are we all
Perfect.
making the
I
brain
that.
check or just one person?
Just Bianca. Just this is just to
This is
for
her.
her to be able to give us some
Got it.
lore on the Lunar
Is
Caverns.
my moonstone
So
lost
that's
forever
that's
now?
5. No, I
so
think you
question.
can probably pick it up later, maybe. On
yeah,
a
you can probably pick it up
return.
later. You don't have it with you right now, but you could
Okay.
we can probably get it back at the
Okay.
end.
Should we
I
have
got a
closed
5.
the staircase behind us?
No, because then we can't get out.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, if there's no way
See,
to
you
open it from
gotta-
down here though.
You don't know that.
Yeah.
But
we
how
should
did
leave it.
the guys on the security camera close it?
It's a
I
great
think it's
question.
close behind them.
They're
Yeah.
magic.
Or or maybe like we didn't watch it long enough and he comes back out later.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we're youngins. You know, our attention span was like very small. So
Yeah.
You guys saw them do the staircase, and you're like,
Let me
"Case
in.
we're
closed."
done. Yeah.
That's it. Let me in.
Closed in. We don't have to worry about getting out. Like, well, Bianca, that was a success. So if you want to give anyone some information on the lunar caves, go
Like
ahead.
so like a full success. Ooh, okay. So the full so I like as we're walking, I'm doing like a hushed like staged whisper, you know, so I'm talking about the caverns, and so I'm like the lunar cavern, you know, and like that. But the lunar caverns essentially are built underneath the area with the lunar fountain, kind of built under the city. And that's where the Lunar Fountain water comes, which is from the Eastros River. So it's kind of like a little bit of like a magical spring, which powers some of the gates in Lunathion. But it's a large cavern. In the past, it might have been held like rituals. Um, there is some like antiquities and art trading that have been found there in the past that are in like Griffin Antiquities that have been found, some of the art dealers in town. Um, but it's an area that doesn't get visitors anymore because it's been, like not boarded up, but like
Not public.
archaeologists. Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
public anymore, but it's in the history books and things as this is an ancient area. There's other places in Lunathion where that reference the lunar caverns. It's in a lot of the artwork, things like that. It's very there's areas that are very small and tight, and then it opens up into large sections that have been like carved out, and that's where maybe like the rituals, think of it kind of like the mines of Moria, right, in Lord of the Rings, where it's like rough hewn and whatever, and then it's like really pretty and whatnot. Yeah.
Are
Perfect.
there lines of moonstone, or
Mhm.
all the
Yeah,
walls
because
made
it's
of moonstone,
yeah,
or
and then in the areas that have been hewn out, those are usually all of moonstone. So
okay.
that's where you kind of feel like a little bit more, if you're in tune with the earth, or if you're of that house, you kind of feel more in tune with that area, and you're maybe like, once you make your drop into like the magic or whatnot, you can feel more of your power come alive.
Sweet.
Yeah. Cool. Alara, this is very exciting. Going underground here, you're like, what the rocks
I was
that
gonna
you're
ask if I could pick up a new moonstone.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you
You
can
could
totally pick.
mine one.
Yeah. Yeah, she
Yeah,
picks out a
perfect.
whole pickaxe, like a foldable hand pickaxe
Yeah.
from her backpack.
Yes.
That's what I see her do.
Perfect.
Okay, I've
Wait,
got my
except
new moonstone.
schools have metal detectors now too.
I know. It's one that's like, it's not metal, it's like
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
magic.
it's
like
3D
carbon
printed.
steel
It's
or
3D
My
something.
brother
printed.
printed it
3D
for me.
printed.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
just breaks immediately. It's a
So
one-time
like
use.
zero taught you how to
Yeah.
use the 3D printer in the lab, and you were like perfect mining equipment.
Yeah, yeah. I got my little tiny one now. Not as big as my
Yay!
other one.
P.S.
had
out of
my
character.
puppy.
I love that you just
Oh, I
have
love
all
that.
of these rock props handy. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So this is actually a above table. This is actually a paw print, resin paw print with our
Aww.
German Shepherd who passed away. Some of his
Aw.
fur in it, and I
Aww.
actually do have, this is
Yeah.
quartz
Mm-hmm.
selenite, and then I
That's
have
so
another
cool.
small paw print that has my cat who passed away. I have a giant
Oh.
tattoo of her on my arm.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so
Okay.
cool.
Michael is very
Love that.
into stones and lapidary as well, but there's none in this room.
Yeah.
There
No,
is,
I was
however, a rubber duck unicorn. So there's
Oh, I
that.
I love it. Love it. Love it.
that works as
Anyway.
well. Anyway, you're able to pick up another moonstone. And you notice that this one is warm. It's the same temperature as the other moonstone you had. Normally, like not when it was like
Bianca,
getting
can
hot.
you feel this?
Mhm. So I pick it up and I'm like, ooh, it's a little like it's warm, like to me even. And I'm not like, I don't have any, at least to my knowledge, right, any magical whatever, but I feel it as like warm.
Interesting.
And then so I'll pass it to I pass it to Zero, because I'm gonna wait for Ember, because she's obviously gonna feel it as warm, but like I'll pass it to Zero because he's kind of our resident, I would say, like skeptic, right? So so I'll be like, Zero, like you touch it. I'll be like,
Alright.
is that okay? Like, Alara, is that okay if Zero touches your rock? I just want to make
Yeah,
sure like
that's
I
fine.
have your
That's
consent
fine.
position. Okay.
Yeah. I don't care.
I also touched the rock.
It is also warm for you.
It's warm.
Mhm.
Okay.
He's like, it's warm. Here you go.
Do you think
Pretty
Zero it
Not
has
sure what
any
you want me to do
electric
about it.
properties?
There's no USB port on this thing, so
Yeah.
But I like write it down in my little book, so I'm like, rock
Yeah.
warm, blah blah blah.
Like it reminds me of that one dumb meme that older people made, like, "Father, I cannot click the book." Like, I can't click the rock. I don't know what you expect me to do with it.
Well, I just want to know if you feel any, like, if it has any electric vibes to it or anything, or if it's just warm.
Ooh.
I think it's. Can I check that?
Yeah, I think that's fun to know. Yeah, we're just gonna keep making brains checks this entire adventure because you guys are the smarty brains.
Apparently, I rolled a 12.
Okay. You think that it would conduct electricity? Like if you were gonna use this as a battery, you could like store
Okay.
energy in it,
whoa.
and use it as some type of battery.
I'm gonna make a brains check because I want to remember like a fact about
Mhm.
something.
Yeah,
That's a 7. I don't know if is that a 7 or
I think so. I
that's
think
a
anything
7?
related to like your lore
Okay.
skill I was setting all of those at like a DC or like 4.
Okay.
Because that feels very essential to making sure that we get the vibe of the game correct.
Okay.
It does, doesn't it?
So so as we're talking and as we're like looking at the moonstone and stuff, I remember and I was just like, "Hey, moonstone, like lunar caverns, like what am I missing?" Right? I'm like going through my little like mind palace. And I was like,
Persona reference.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was like, oh, I was like, is this because it's the lunar fountain and we're in like the lunar caverns? Like, do you think this has anything to do with like the goddess like Luna? Like, because that's the founder of the city. Like, do you think this is something to do with like a cult or like something that they're wanting to like steal or bring her back or steal something from the fountain? Like, did we even investigate the fountain fully? Did they like steal anything from it? Like, we just noticed that the water was gone, and I'm like, oh my god.
That's a
Like
really
I'm like
great
all of these
question.
things. Yeah.
Can I pull out my AP Crescent City history book from my backpack, my textbook, and consult it about the consult it to see what I can find about Luna and establishing rituals and all of that?
Yeah, absolutely. I will
What
say
does
that's a
it
brains
say?
check as you like to try and find the right page, but because it's in the textbook, we'll say it's a DC 5 brains check.
May
I'll
I
help
have
you with the brains
advantage since
check.
I know how to use an index?
Yeah. Yes. I'm gonna say yes on that one.
Yeah, I think between Alara and Bianca and Zero, and everyone here's brains being like one of their highest stats that everyone here knows how to index.
Well, I rolled a 5 initially, so it was enough regardless, but the second time I rolled an 8.
Nice.
Perfect. It takes a little while to find in the index. And there's not that many pages dedicated to Luna. And full disclosure for the Crescent City SJM fans here, this is where I took creative liberty, and we're entering not canon realm.
So all right,
don't come for her.
Don't come
for us. Yeah.
We're just trying to have fun out here, okay? Don't come for me.
This is inspired. It is not like
it's an adaptation, legally distinct, as we like to say.
We can't legally use anything other than this is inspired.
The names. Yeah, it's inspired. Perfect. And so you find an inset about Luna. And you also see a footnote below that there was the Midnight Moon cult that used to work in opposition to her. And they did not like her power or the fact that this city was founded in her name, and that people really like regarded her as the like I don't know source of inspiration and power and worship. And so they occasionally would fight to bring her down. And they were supposedly dormant for the last 100 years.
Supposedly.
Mhm.
Does it make any mention of their like typical activities, or if they maybe had underground spaces to meet or anything like that?
Yeah, and so it says that Luna, they claim that Luna took over the lunar caves from them, and that it was
I
originally
see.
a sacred space for this Midnight Moon cult, and that they felt as though she stole their power. Her power is because she stole these sacred places from them.
Okay.
Ooh. All
Um,
right.
is there is there an illustration or picture of some kind if they had like a logo or an emblem?
Yeah. It is it's almost like a clock face. And there is a small moon where like midnight would be on the clock face. And then there's also an illustration of them like walking through a moonstone filled cavern, with like stalactites and stalagmites lit up purple, or emitting like a purple glow. And they're wearing the same dark robes that you saw the people in the footage wearing.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So real quick, before we continue, I'm going to take out my laptop and my portable sticker printer that I use for my like to make my buttons
Your
and
buttons
stickers
and
for my
stickers.
presidential campaign. And I'm
Mhm.
going to print out a sticker of the emblem for each of us. I think it would be a good idea for us to put these on just in case. So that
Mhm.
We'll
if
just
we
make
come across them, they'll
temporary
think we
tattoos.
or that.
Mhm.
I just wasn't sure like where to put it. I don't even know if I have skin
Either.
to tattoo. So
You don't
You
have,
just
but
make you make a brand.
mm,
mhm. You're making them from like flame retardant material, and so you
yes.
can wear a sticker.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yes.
So I
Yeah.
hand one to everybody else too.
Perfect. Perfect.
Okay.
Cool. And you guys descend down the rest of the staircase. As you get to the bottom of the stairs, as the last person steps off of them or like is out of the threshold, you hear the same type of stone on stone grating noise, as the stairs rise up above you and become the ceiling of this cave.
So that's how that works.
Okay.
Mhm. And you look around and you are in, this isn't like the beautiful cave that was illustrated on on the picture you saw in your AP Crescent City book at all. This is like a like muddy, like rough hewn, like and like regular cave entrance. There's like a seam of moonstone kind of running along the walls.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise this is just kind of like lame.
Will one of you touch the seam of moonstone and see if it's warm too?
Yeah,
Laura, go for it.
I'll touch it.
Okay. Alara, you touch the seam of moonstone, and as you touch it, where your fingers touch the moonstone, it starts to illuminate purple, and emit a kind of purple light. And it almost takes, I imagine you're holding your moonstone as well. You almost feel like a electrical pulse from like one palm to your moonstone and back. Um, as then you notice that the seam of moonstone illuminates a path through this cave.
Guys,
Whoa.
sh-
I'm
should
taking
we
notes.
follow it?
Like, and I
Yeah.
draw like a quick little yeah, I'm like making a map, like a
That's a great idea. Make sure we can get back out. Maybe we can
Yeah.
even drop like can I I don't know, char something and drop some breadcrumbs.
Yeah, you can char something and drop some breadcrumbs. I'm
Maybe
sure
I
you got
have
something.
like a
Who's
thing
got
of beef
snacks?
jerky or
M&Ms.
some kind of
Oh, we have
jerky
the
in my
leftover
I
bag.
have pretzel
popcorn.
sticks.
Leftover
We got the
popcorn. That's
popcorn.
perfect.
Yes.
That's
We'll
right.
drop
Popcorn
pieces of
is that.
popcorn as we go to
Yeah.
help make sure. You also make your map just in case, but it's good to
Yeah.
have backup options.
Yeah, it is good to have backup options. So you guys start dropping popcorn every few steps, as Bianca is making her map. And Alara keeps her hands on the seam of Moonstone so that you guys can continue following the path correctly. And you realize, you look down at your feet as you see the thread of Moonstone heads into what looks like an open cavern. But then you look down at your feet and you realize you are up really high compared to where the ground of the cavern you're entering is. And so you're almost on like a wall side of it as you look out over a huge, like crystalline space.
Ooh.
It almost looks like the inside of a geode.
Well, I
But
didn't bring a big enough bag to get all these rocks.
Clearly not. Oh my.
We're like, we can help you. We can bring some of them in our bag.
yeah.
Okay.
And
Okay, thank you.
as you look around, once you get past the awe of what it feels like to be inside a geode, you see a dozen cloaked figures forming a circle on the ground below you, and you can hear like monotone chanting start. We're also probably about halfway through our adventure time, and so this is a good place to pause if people need to take a quick bio break, refill waters, just like generally we can have a little check-in time, and then we can come back.
Sounds perfect. It's
That sounds good.
4:32 now. Should we call it 4:40? Is 8 minutes seem good?
Yeah, that's
Let's
a
do
Yeah.
that. Back at 4:40, you guys.
All right, see you in a minute. All right.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our Crescent City Kids on Bikes adventure. Previously, our adventurers met in detention, attended the Sunball game of their high school, Moonwood High, where there was a citywide blackout. They investigated some surveillance footage when they noticed that the fountain in the middle of the city was also completely dry. And they have now found a secret entrance to the lunar caves underneath the Crescent City, and currently have followed a moonstone thread through the cave to find almost like the inside of a geode style cavern where there are 12 robed figures in a circle and some like monastic chanting happening that they have walked in on. So definitely not nefarious.
No, not at all.
Not in the least bit.
Could I use my flying fire abilities to leave my
Yeah.
backpack with my friends, become as small as I can, and kind of float down to see if I can get a better idea of what's going on?
Yeah, make a flight check.
Thank goodness.
Let's say that this is going to be a tough one because it's both flying and like a stealth-ish
Sneaking. Yeah.
sneaking situation. So we'll say this is a DC 10 flight check.
Good thing I got an 11.
Woo! Perfect.
Mine's gonna be hard. If it's a DC 10, I was like, I only got a D6, so.
So you
Instant
become just
fail.
like the smallest, ember that kicks up from a campfire as you float down into the space. And you can't, this is clearly some type of ancient language they're chanting in, so you cannot tell what they're saying, but you do pick up the words Luna, so you can make some inferences that they are either trying to bring her back or do something else in a way. And you see at the center of their circle is a giant moonstone. See, it says stalagmite, the ones that are from the bottom.
Yes, they stand tall and mighty. The stalactites hang tight from the ceiling.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I was like, yeah, I knew that one. A giant stalagmite is in the center of their circle, and as their chanting gets more and more intense, it starts to fill with like purple energy and get like it's slowly getting like darker and more saturated. And you can see all these threads of moonstone from the ceiling of the cave, like coming down, almost like pulses of electricity from the rooftop down through, and they're like filling the stalagmite.
Well, this is really pretty, but I can't imagine that they have any good intentions with this.
Doubt it.
Is this why we lost our power? Because they're down here chanting and stuff?
I think
Ooh,
so.
that's
Could
a
be.
good, yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
like
think
that.
so.
That's a good idea. Yeah. Or and how did they drain the water? Like,
I don't
how
get
did they
it. Like,
drain?
wait,
Yeah, I don't. I mean, we're smart, but this is really weird.
yeah.
How should we stop them? Because I imagine that that's probably what we want to do. I don't know exactly what they're doing, but we know they have not so great intentions toward Luna. And since she's the founder of the whole city, it kind of feels like they might hate all of us.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's
Do
probably
we like how can we stop them? Can we like flood the cavern or like anybody got any noxious gas on them or can I burn up all the oxygen in the cavern?
They
throw a
seal it
rock
off
at
and
them.
just have a giant
Set
fire
them
inside.
on fire
Mhm.
with their
Fire.
set their robes on fire.
Mhm.
I could do that. I could float around and like start tiny fires on
Mhm.
all of their robes. Do you want me to try that?
Zero, do you have some type of like I've been okay, so this is an aside. I'm really into like the
Mhm.
cute cyber decks people have been making recently.
Yes. I think. I mean, hold on.
Okay, I was like, does Zero have one?
Of
James
Kessler
James might
does.
have one.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Yes. Perfect.
I have this old one. I have this old one that I cobbled together a while back. So
Yes.
He
Oh my gosh, perfect.
He has
Okay,
that
cool.
in his backpack. Yeah,
I
perfect.
was like, Zero
yeah.
fully pulls like you pull some type of cyber deck out of your backpack. And you realize that there's so much energy from the moonstones in this place that you don't even need like the battery or like the power supply that you
Oh
usually have to
dang.
plug your cyber deck into. It is like instantly on and ready to go as soon as you pull it out of your backpack.
Cool.
Oh,
But is
that
it
is
loud? Like, are they gonna hear it? Like, do we need to push him back up the
no.
stairs?
Like no. I think the only thing that would make noise is the fan, but it's like this tiny.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't think that they're
So
gonna hear his
Not over their
tiny
own
cyber deck.
chanting.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're really loud and it's really echoey in here. Kind of honestly hurts my ears.
It's really
Cavernous,
echoey
if
in
you would.
here. The moonstone in your other hand, Alara, is like pulsating. Like it wants to try, and it almost feels like it's like jumping out of your hand. Like it wants to join whatever is happening down there.
Is anybody else seeing this?
Yeah,
Whoa.
it's crazy.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't know how these people
Um,
got power over all the rocks, but I feel like we should need to take it away.
probably not a bad idea.
Yeah.
If
what should
nobody
we
has
do with
any other
this?
ideas, I'm happy to go start setting robes on fire just to like break up this ritual at least.
I don't know
Try-
if we should do the I don't know if we should do the ropes though because those are people, right? Like
Well, but they could take them off, and at least we will have disrupted the ritual. They might, and I don't know if they want to start again without their robes.
true, true.
That is true.
I mean,
As
I don't
long as
know
it
about
stops
you,
the
but
smoke
I
from
do
them in
rituals for the
hand.
accessories. So,
I mean, I can try to. I. The problem is like if we try to talk to them, there's 16 of them and
Yeah,
4
12.
of us. Yeah, sorry,
Mhm.
12. I
Yeah.
can't count. I'm dyslexic.
Mhm.
Also, just kidding.
It's okay. I
Just
also may
kidding.
have said the wrong number at some
Oh,
point.
it's okay.
I didn't even hear a
There's
number.
4
So,
of us, and 12 of them, and I'm worried that they can easily overpower us, and we didn't tell anybody where we're going, and so
Oh, well, I
we-
texted my
I mean,
brother and told him where we're going, so it's fine.
okay.
nice.
Okay.
did we shut the door behind us?
The
It shut
stairs
Did we shut the door?
automatically
It
shut
shut
themselves.
itself.
Yeah.
And
If we
Alara's
could
mean,
get
you
it
could
back
tell-
open, we could go call the cops.
Can you get a message out to the pack of devils, which is like the werewolf pack?
That's a good
that-
question. Do I have a signal?
Yeah,
in
my
here?
brother's best friends with one of them, so I'll just text him.
Perfect.
Okay, so you're texting your brother as Zero is trying to get some type of signal. Weirdly, the signal is like the power in here is also like weirdly good right now for being so deep underground.
Mhm.
And you guys are both able to get messages out to what did we call them?
The Pack of Devils they're like the werewolf like cops essentially that patrol and patrol the city and
Protect and serve.
keep track of protect and serve or whatever. That's like
Or
the
whatever.
special. There's
Perfect. Okay, cool.
But what do we do in the
Alright,
meantime
so-
until they get here?
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
we're
you
just
can-
letting them know that we're here, and then I
Mhm.
think we should. I don't know. I kind of like your idea of maybe like starting to just disrupt the ritual, like set them on fire, and
Mhm.
then maybe we can talk to them and just say like, "Hey, what's
Mhm.
going on? Like, why are you doing this?" Like, maybe we can compromise with them.
Yeah, maybe we can like
know?
slip down there, and once I like burn up all the robes, be like, we were here the whole time. Where did our robes go?
I can give them
Yeah.
popcorn.
All right, I'm gonna fly down and start setting some robes on fire.
Okay, you're gonna fly down. If anyone else who wants to try to climb down the wall will need to make a grit check.
Okay.
We'll say that is a
My
DC
D10.
5 grit check.
I just grabbed
I'll
my
make a
D10.
grit
What
check.
is my grit is a D6. Let's see.
It's a D10. Nova?
That is a 3.
It's a 7.
Okay,
No.
So
and a
I
9. Okay.
climb
So
down.
Bianca and Alara, you guys are pretty good, like climbing down the wall, and you see Zero, like one hand still typing on the cyber deck, one hand like hanging onto the wall, and
Bro.
his hand on the wall he's like, ooh, I need to click that button, and he removes his hand from the wall.
And I get my little goat foot over to like catch him.
That's
Yeah.
another
We'll say we've
adversity
been-
token.
That is an adversity token for the fall, and we'll say let's make a
Brawn?
either fight or flight,
Strength?
your choice, to like stick a leg out to try and catch him really quick.
I'll do a flight.
Okay, we'll say this is a DC 5 as well.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, that's a 2.
Oh no!
Oh,
I mean, it's a goat. It's
no.
my little goat leg. It's not,
Yeah.
it's not super.
like stick
It's
a little-
angled, right? It has little angles.
Yeah, it's like you
Can I
stick your
call
little
for
leg out.
Ember and get her to help?
Yeah, you can call for Ember.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm trying to
help.
think
Because
of
you
a way
see-
that
Help!
okay, if let's say by chance that he has my
Mhm.
backpack
Yes.
that we know is flame retardant because I had to get small, so somebody has to have
Mhm.
it. So I'm gonna
Mhm.
go and push upward on my backpack to basically become like a
Mhm.
jetpack to lower him down.
There you
Gently.
go.
Oh my god. Excellent.
That is fantastic.
Fantastic. Become a jetpack. Make a flight check. We'll say that is a DC 7.
That's a 17.
Ooh, jetpack. So Zero starts to fall. Zero, do you even notice yourself falling, or are you still too busy?
I think he
He's
does.
just over there typing away.
I think
He's
he
like,
does
"I
like that
accept
thing
the
in like
terms and
Looney Tunes and
conditions."
stuff. He's like, oh, let me hit the button, and then he just looks down, looks up,
There's like
and begins to fall.
and you go right past Bianca's foot, but then all of a sudden you like feel some warmth on your back as you realize that the flame retardant backpack has turned into some type of jetpack to to break your fall. As you are slowly lowered to the ground. Everyone makes it to the ground. I've been rolling brains checks instead of like perception for these guys, and they are very enraptured in their chanting, and so they have not noticed you yet. And you are still probably a good like 50 to 70 feet away from where they are.
May I spend my adversity token to cash in on my intuitive strength and ask
Yes.
you about this current environment? And what I want to know is if there's any if there are any structural weaknesses I can point out, like a chunk of rock we could take out to cause a cave-in, something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So what Meg has done is used her adversity token to spend that on a strength she's taken for her character. And she has taken the intuitive strength, which means that she can spend one adversity token to ask the GM about the surroundings, an NPC, or anything like that. And the GM must answer that question honestly. So now here's my honest answer. Yes, there is definitely some structural issues with this cave system, seeing as it's so old. It's been here for a really long time. And together with Alara, you guys are able to identify different seams of moonstone that are like a softer stone than others. And so you think if you were able to like explode parts of them, it would cause different like sections of the ceiling to start to cave in. So I'm thinking of moonstone having like a variety of different like hardnesses on like the gem hardness scale.
Yeah. I'm not that's geology was not a subject I did well in school.
Yeah. But that's about the extent of my geology knowledge, is like knowing what I shouldn't be my jewelry with.
Is, are there some rocks that would be sharp enough and hard enough to serve as additional pickaxes for Bianca and Zero? Because then while I'm distracting them all, setting the cloaks on fire, you guys can be taking out those areas, and then I'll jetpack us all out of here.
All of us, like Peter Pan style.
Yeah. There's tons of stalagmites and stalactites in this cavern. And so, Alara, if you wanted to make a brawn check, you could use your 3D printed pickaxe to chip off like the tips of some of the stalagmites and give them to Bianca.
Can I get some help for a brawn check? I only have a D4.
I have a D8.
Okay, cool. Perfect.
Okay. Hold, please. There we go. Okay. Oh, nope, that's not gonna help. Nope, I got a 1.
Okay, yeah, that's not gonna help. But
sorry,
I got a 4.
You got a 4. Okay, perfect. That is great. Rolling. So when you roll a maximum on your die in Kids on Bikes, it is called a lucky streak. And so you roll that die again and then add those together for the check. So roll your D4 again.
She blew up.
Yeah, that I was gonna say it's very similar, except you don't change the die.
So I got a 6 total.
So that is very successful.
Yay!
So you're able to chip off the tops of 2 stalagmites so that Zero and Bianca also have some sharp equipment to start chipping away at these like softer seams of rock in the wall.
Can I also use my hooves?
Yeah, absolutely.
Big powerful goat kick.
Yeah, little like boom goat kick. Okay, so do you want me to do a brawn check or a grit check for that?
We'll do brawn for that.
Okay.
Grit's like I think like withstanding more, and brawn's more of like that force.
Yeah, that was a 3.
3. It's not as effective as the pickaxe.
I'm an academic. I'm not an athlete.
It's okay. You were, like, use the tools given to you.
Yeah. Like, you were hoping the spirit of like your satyr ancestors would like really come through here.
I'm like, you know what? I saw there was like a Crescent City ballet that had like a beautiful fawn, and I was like, oh, I could be like a deer that's beautiful ballet, and then I was like, nope, can't do it. So
do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go to the ballet.
For Lara and Zero, what are you guys up to as Bianca is kicking away at the soft stone?
That is a good question.
So you could be helping her, and that would be making some more like either brawn, like some more brawn checks, probably.
With your pickaxe and your rock.
Something else.
My other trait is protectiveness.
Ooh, okay.
So like I'm watching, making sure that like the fire doesn't come close to us and nobody notices us chipping away at the rocks.
Okay, cool. So you are keeping watch out here with the protective trait. which means that you can add a +3 to any of the rolls when you're defending your friends. So we'll say that that's activated for you right now, and if anything comes your way, just remember you can add a +3
Oh, awesome.
to whatever you roll on that die. And then Zero, what are you up to?
My bronze a D4, so I don't know how much help I'm gonna be in chipping away the rock.
Mm-hmm.
I think. I think what I.
I don't know. I mean, there are things you could maybe make that might chip away at rock in a more techie way.
Yeah. I.
Does he have the
I think.
supplies to make a laser beam?
Ooh. I was like,
Ooh.
really? Yeah, like some
Dude,
C4 or something? Yeah.
He's got his backpack's just like
don't
full of like James
Dynamite.
Bond gear. Yeah. That's why I
I
got
don't think his
expelled.
backpack
That's
would be
why I
full of
was in
spy gear.
detention.
I think.
Mhm.
I think he would have in his I think in his backpack he would have, like, aside from his little cyber deck,
Mhm.
I think he would just have just a ton of odds and ends, like technical
Mhm.
odds and ends that he's picked up. So like, it's a stick of RAM. I'll grab that. Oh, it's
Mhm.
this and this. I think the closest thing to like being able to pick stuff out would be like
Mhm.
he has a screwdriver set.
Okay, yeah.
Like maybe
Mhm.
like trying to use that to try and chisel out some of the loose stone.
Oh yeah.
You could
Yeah. I
think
even
the only-
use the rock that she
Or-
smacked off
yeah.
one of the stalactites and give it some
Yeah.
extra oomph.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay. I think we'll give that a shot.
Cool. Why don't you roll Brawn with advantage on that one for using
grab
the,
another.
the tools in your backpack?
Yep. Let me grab another D4. Oh, I rolled double 4s, so lucky streak.
Yay!
Yes,
streak. Let's
double
see where we
you can
go.
always roll them
Yes.
again. Mm-hmm.
One was a 4, one was a 3, so we're gonna keep on that lucky streak.
Whoa!
And a 1, so 4 plus 4, 8 plus 1, 9.
9.
And that
Cool,
is
so
how
this
you
is-
make a D4 roll.
That is how you turn a D4
Now I'm
into
just
a
remembering
die.
the first Kizombai game I did with you
Mhm.
with Erika, the sunset one. I can't remember what
Yes.
skill roll it was. I think it was I had that pack, like that MRE packet, and was trying to
Yes.
slingshot it into the monster. I think that's
Just
Oh,
feed
that
it.
was-
That's fine.
yeah.
It was also
That was
kind of
what it was.
a
That was
low die.
fantastic.
Yeah, that was really good. That was
Little
excellent.
little
And
D4s,
that
the little
episode is
dice
still
that could.
available on our YouTube page if you want to go and check it out. It's The Secret of Camp Sunset
Secret of
from
Camp
last
Sunset.
October, like
Yeah.
October 2024, I think.
Yeah,
I
October
think so.
2024.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
It was really fun.
We've been
I
streaming
know.
a bit now for a minute.
Yeah, it's been a while. All right, cool. So you and Bianca working together are able to chisel away like a huge section of rock that has started to fall out of the wall. And you can see the fissure of the crack starting to like work its way up into the ceiling. And you can almost look and see some of as this like energy is also coming in from the ceiling and being like disrupting the place with like there's a lot happening to these rocks here. And you can see the stalactites starting to kind of like vibrate on the ceiling. Ember, what are you doing right now?
I'm setting all the cloaks on fire.
Setting those cloaks on fire.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna need another flight check from you to stay sneaky while you light their cloaks on fire.
13.
13 is good. I was setting it as DC 10. So you're able to go around and like light, like you're lighting newspaper to put into a fireplace. Just like little tiny bits, like lighting all their cloaks on fire. And Alara, you see a tiny wisp of flame flying back towards you guys that you are assuming is Ember. As the cloaks on the bottom of these cultists start to catch flame. You also notice the stalactites in the ceiling starting to vibrate, and one breaks off as Ember is flying, and you're watching the stalactite fall and it looks like it's going to make contact with Ember. What you want to do?
Okay, so
Remember, you can
I
add
should
a
probably
3.
save her.
Yeah.
I would prefer it.
Do you want me to do
So
brawn, flight,
we'll say
or
that's
fight?
Depends on what you
We'll
want to
say
do.
yeah, it depends on how you want to save her. So we'll say whatever the best die you have in one of those skills, and then you can describe it in that manner.
I guess I'm flying.
You're flying.
Like jumping.
You're like jumping.
I'm like literally jumping and like hovering because there's so much moonstone around me that
Yes.
the moonstone is helping me like get there faster.
Yeah, she's riding those
Yes.
energy
So
waves,
You are in
I'm
tune with
gonna
it.
surfing them on her
roll a
longboard.
D10.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
rolling
yeah,
a
maybe your longboard
D10.
has like some moonstone in the
Oh
wheels.
yes,
And it's like,
there you
Yes.
go.
yeah, like
So
hovering.
cool.
Yeah, because you made it and it has like
Mhm.
moonstone inlay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Honestly, that sounds
All
really
right.
pretty.
I got a
I
10.
know.
And then
Yay!
you can add a +3 to that because of your
13.
protective. So a 13.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, so
So
cool.
Ember, you feel yourself like caught as you realize that you are in like the palm of because I imagine you're tiny. You are in the palm of Alara's hand as she skateboards across this place. And you realize the wheels of her
Just like-
skateboard aren't even touching the ground right now. You guys are both like fully flying,
Great.
which is pretty epic. Zero and Bianca, you look up to see the rest of the stalactites starting to fall as well. And some cultists have finally noticed what's going on and are ripping off these flaming cloaks. And you guys notice that they are the like the popular like bad kids of the school, as that like one
What?
rips it off, and you look around and you realize it's the social chair.
I told you she was my mortal enemy for some reason. I knew it.
Dear Lord.
I did
Are
not know it at all.
Zero and Bianca in trouble or in danger of the stalagmites?
Yes, they're trying to
Stalactites.
get away from the crumbling wall, but it is like also falling into them. Would you like to try to save them as well?
Yeah, I
can
was gonna
send
say-
my longboard after them.
Or
Just-
just
yeah, your
ride it
longboard
and
after.
grab
Oh,
like you
all
grab
of a
me.
sudden your longboard is like sentient.
Yeah, it's an extension of me and the moonstone, and so like
Yeah.
kind of like Doctor Strange, kind of.
Mhm. Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
So the longboard comes in, and you guys like subconsciously know that you're like, that's time to hop on and get out of here.
Yeah.
So
Um,
then
And I'll
we
add
hop
an
on and we all
extra
get out of there.
turbo boost
Yeah.
underneath us all.
underneath this skateboard. So you start to turbo boost underneath the skateboard as you guys are lifted back up to the entrance of the cave. You hear a whole bunch of like commotion from the cave as well, as the pack of devils arrive. And you see a bunch of the like werewolf cops of the city. When they approach you all, and they're like, "We got the message. We heard from Alara's brother. We heard from Zero. What's going on? Like, what's happening?" As you can hear like screams and people trying to run away from a collapsing cave system.
I'm gonna
Pull out my notebook and I'm like trying to give them like a detective style like rundown.
Ask
And
Bianca.
yeah,
I
and
just
I'm
saved
like, okay, and like
everyone.
here's everything that happened, and here's all the like notes, and then they're like, there's so much going on. And I just hand them my notebook with the notes, and they're like, why is there a map? They're like, is this color coded? Why is there tabs?
And while they are reading that, I'm gonna very subtly grab everybody's sticker and crumple it up and burn it away.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Very smart.
Mhm.
Very smart.
Yeah, I don't know. Some kind of like illicit kid gang activity is happening.
Yeah, we saw the president of the social activities down there. I don't know, maybe she had something to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah,
finish
we
reading
saw.
Bianca's notes, and they're like, and this was other students at the school. And you can see some of them have taken out like grappling gear and are like rappelling down the
Nice.
side. Like way more efficient or way more, I don't know, technical than how you
Yeah.
guys climb down the walls. And they are, grabbing the students who are getting like making sure no one dies, and then starting to interrogate and like bring students, cuff them and like bring students in to like be questioned or
Mhm.
custody of some kind. And as they come back up, you guys are all still standing in the
Safe zone.
standing in like the safe zone. And the social chair like bumps into you and her elbow against you, Ember. And she's like, we would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for your meddling ass.
I'm just gonna cross my arms all disappointed and go, you're never gonna get into
Can I kick her with my goat
Crescent
hoof?
University now.
Alara looks at her and just snarls and says,
Okay.
"Bitch."
So I want to kick her with my goat hoof and then scream
Yeah.
in her ear like
I love
straight up like a straight up goat.
Goat
like
scream.
like yeah. Okay. Hold on.
Excellent.
Okay, so
And while
that's
that's
gonna be
going
a
on, I'm
1.
elbowing Zero, asking him, "Can you dox her?"
Yes. Does anybody want to give me a no, this is what, a fight?
This would be a fight, yeah.
Okay, does anyone want to give me a boost because I'm only a D4?
I'm a D8.
I'm a D6.
Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
0, what are you for fight?
My fight is a D8.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's better than a D4. Anyone want to help? Go for it.
I'll help
Yeah.
you.
Oh,
Sure, why
it's a
not?
4. I'm a 4. Okay, wait.
Yay!
So
I
do
rolled
I
a
get?
6.
So do I go?
We roll it again.
Yeah, roll again.
Okay, it's a 3. So 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so
7.
7. Okay. So then I like straight up like I kick her and then I'm like, ah! And then it's like right in her goddamn ear. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
and one of the members of the Pack of Devils, like, pat your shoulder, and he's like, "We've got it from here, but thank you for your efforts." But
Zero,
got it, I
still
promise.
dox her.
yeah,
Mhm.
I'm
You can
proud of myself.
Ember's also gonna go
good.
to like whatever sergeant or lieutenant is on scene and in charge, and she's gonna take out like an extracurriculars form of some kind and be like, "Can you sign this for
Sign our
me?"
forms.
and he looks at it and he's like, "Is this like are you guys like a mystery solving club? Like what
We
are
are
you?"
now.
Yes.
No,
Can you
we're just
We're
we were just in
volunteer
detention.
detectives. Yeah, we're volunteer detectives. Can you
Yeah,
sign
just
our-
sign off on my volunteer police hours. Thanks.
We're detention detectives. That's what we are.
Detention detectives.
That's so cute. I love that. That's really good. And so he signs your form. He's like, "How many hours do you think this took you?"
Oh, 50 or so.
We've been on this case for at least 48 hours.
At least.
At least, yeah. We haven't slept
Is
at
the
all.
power back on and the water back in the fountain?
Ooh, interesting. So you see that they have taken all of the students who were performing the rituals like away, and now it is just you guys left in this cave system. The stalactite looks like it's still siphoning energy, and so it may need some type of disruption to actually restore the power back into the city.
Ooh.
Do I need
The
to
ritual
sacrifice
has
my
stopped
new
at that
moonstone?
Oh.
Ooh,
Either
yeah.
that or we could just try breaking the stalactite.
You have your moonstone. Make a brains check, as it is kind of, that moonstone is like vibrating in your
See
hand.
what you might be able to do with it.
I'll
You
give
could
you a
still
boost.
potentially get your old one back
Wow.
though. So
12. Okay. Yeah, you could still potentially get your old moonstone back. With a 12, you know that you guys will have to like reset the power some way. But you can tell that with your moonstone, like it wants to transfer energy. It doesn't want to be like a storage device. And so you need to figure out how to, I don't know, like let it know. I don't know,
conduit?
like how
Yeah.
like how like negative ions, right? They want to
Zero,
go.
do you know how to get the power out of this into the other?
Thing.
Yeah.
Is it just a matter of like your will, maybe, because you're connected to the stone? Can you just like think really hard at
Touch it
it
to
to
the-
suction
touch
the
it might work.
power
Well, because
Touch.
and put
Maybe
it back?
maybe it has like a form of wireless power transfer. Touch the stone to the stalactite, see what happens.
Okay. You walk down into
it's an NFC rock.
Yeah.
NFC rock, yes.
You walk over and you touch your piece of moonstone to the moonstone itself, and I need you to make a brains check as your senses are just like flooded with, I don't know, like white noise almost.
Oh, jeez. 6.
What die do you have? Do you need help?
I can give her a help.
A D20.
Oh yeah. Only I think
Yeah.
Mari's
I
the
had a
only one who can
16.
help you.
Okay. All right, so with a 16, I will say that the help score. So at first you're like, oh, I don't think I can take this. And then Bianca comes over and like puts her hands on your shoulder and is like, you can do like breathe, like you've got this. Like this is like
I was
you're
gonna say,
connected.
what if we all hold hands?
Oh my gosh, if you guys
Yes.
all hold hands, that's so cute. All of you guys
Sure.
hold
Bianca's gonna hold hosts.
yeah. You guys all hold hands in a line as Alara touches her moonstone back to this and you guys see a huge surge of power as like bright white light floods the cave in like a blinding way, and as it comes back down you see that it has reversed the power flow system, and so all of this stuff, this energy that was in this stalactite being siphoned somehow, and for what you will never know, as it starts to flow back up through the fissures and into the ceiling above you.
I mean, we could go to the
Okay.
police station and do our own interrogations. Maybe we'll find out.
I mean, that is very
Yeah.
true. You go to the police station
I
to
mean,
do
we
your
are
own.
the detention detectives,
Detectives,
right?
yeah.
So we're like
Mhm.
detectives in training, right?
Yeah,
we
for
can
sure.
Yeah.
We've been
we can
deputized.
charm our way through them.
Hopefully
sure.
there's no adverse effects of us turning the power back on
I don't think
doing
so.
this.
As the power turns back on and you guys make your way back through the cave system, you see the staircase starting to disappear in front of you. I need everyone to make flight checks to
Oh,
jump
no.
on and ride it up before before the fountain turns back on and you are all stuck here.
A 9.
9,
19.
19, a 6.
Yeah.
Okay, and 0, what did you get for a flight check?
A flight check,
Mm-hmm.
not great. Oh wait, no, it was a 10. I thought it was a 0.
Cool. So
Oh,
0,
16 total. 16
16
total.
total. So 0, Ember and Alara, you guys jump onto the steps, but you see Mari must have used so much of her energy trying to goat kick the wall earlier that she just doesn't have the spring left in her goat legs anymore, and so she tries to jump up, but just misses, clinging onto the staircase. If someone wants to like extend her a hand,
I'm just gonna send my longboard.
Well, I was gonna say, I since my form can change, I was gonna maybe fling out a long arm with my flame retardant backpack and scoop her up with it.
try and scoop her up with the backpack. Yeah, either way, if you guys want to use the longboard or the backpack or some
I
All of
just
the
know my
above.
protectiveness gives me +3, so
yeah. Why don't you guys let's do a combined brawn roll from the two of you guys because this feels like some strength stuff, and we will add it together. Plus your 3 for protective.
3 and 3 is
6
6,
plus 1, 7.
7. Okay, cool. You guys are. It takes a little bit, but you are like just able to pull Bianca through. As you guys fall into the basin of the fountain, and the water just starts to trickle back on. Alara, you notice that your original moonstone that you plugged in here has broken free of the wall again and is just sitting in the basin of
my baby.
your baby.
I get it back, guys.
Mhm. So you can take it with you.
Yay!
Yay! And that is all I had written, unless you guys really do want to go interrogate them, in which case we can do that too. But that is all she wrote for the mystery of Lunathion.
I think most likely they were just being stupid kids trying stupid rituals like children with a Ouija board and didn't
They
really
probably
know what
saw
they
it on
were
their
doing
social media.
and accidentally awakened all these dark powers. How dare they? It's fine. We
Yeah.
fixed it.
You guys are the heroes of Crescent City.
Yay!
The detention
Yay!
Do you think the mayor will give us a key to the city?
No,
Oh,
he's
I don't want that
very
responsibility.
yeah. He's very
maybe
like
solve
weird.
mysteries.
Yeah. But
Mhm.
Alara gets a really cool moonstone. And
That's a
you
plus.
and we get detention detectives for our college resumes.
Yeah,
Yep.
Mhm.
true.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. 0, I mean we get those. Is there anything that you get special?
I mean, you get the knowledge that the Moonstone can be like a battery power
Yeah.
system, and
Yeah.
so you're like,
Right.
you're
Now
gonna
you
use
He's
a
have-
like,
lot with that.
I'm gonna
Look at that.
research battery packs
Mhm.
for.
You have
That's what he's
portable
gonna make.
power
He's-
packs now.
Yeah, he's gonna make
Yeah.
portable, and then he's gonna sell them in the neon market for like a high markup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the high markup.
Not the high markup.
That's perfect. Mari, what did you think of this adventure, seeing as this is something that like you wrote and adapted and then I kind
Yeah.
of ran with
I so appreciate that because I am not a DM. I thought it was super fun. I thought it was great. I wanted to make it a little bit looser for people who have never read Crescent City, but who also have never played. So I really wanted it to be like light and very, inspired because that's how gaming should be, right? It should never be something that's heavy on rules and stuff like that. So I had a
Rule of
blast.
cool.
Yeah, I hope you guys had a blast. I would love any sort of notes and anything like that from player perspective, from anything.
Mhm.
I had so much fun just kind of like creating this because that's how my brain works. I
Yeah.
want to make more one shots and campaigns that bring in our readers and our book community
Absolutely.
into gaming. Because I think that that's a great
There's
intersection,
so much
right?
crossover.
Yeah, tabletops
Yeah.
and stuff are our games, and it is storytelling.
Mhm.
And so I think that is kind of what we do. I mean, in my world, I'm a bookstagrammer, and I rate my books on a D20 scale. So
Nice.
that's what I do. I have I'll show you. This is my my custom like D20
Nice.
chunk that I
Chunky
use.
boy.
So yeah, I'm a
Mhm.
chunky boy. So I really want to make sure that we're having fun and we have these great ideas. I'm working on an original story right now that would have a really great campaign, and so I'd love to play test that. It's called The Court of Broken Spines. Yeah.
Well, what are you doing next
so-
month? We do this every month.
Hey, man, yeah. My brain.
I volunteer as tribute.
Yeah, exactly, right. So I also have
Yeah.
I have one that's based on X-Men 97 for our like super old nerds. So
Yes, let's do
So,
it.
yeah, I mean, I love creating those because I think there's so many different genres and things that we can bring into the table, and I love that. And I just want to see it created for different people and at different times, and I think that's great. So
Yeah.
anything that you guys can give me, creativity wise, let's do it. I love it.
I
This
think
was
the-
my first time doing it. It's great.
I think the only
Mhm.
thing about this one that I would be
Yeah.
interested in
Mhm.
is fleshing out the social chair more as a villain.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
you mentioned
Yeah.
the for reasons you'll never know. I'd be like, but why
Right.
why don't I get
But
to
why?
know?
Yeah.
It's so true. Yeah, I think
Like
that-
if there's more of a
Mhm.
more of a nefarious plot to it,
Mhm.
or if there's maybe like a confrontation with her
Mhm.
earlier in the game to foreshadow that
Yeah.
she's the villain or something like that.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah,
I
that's
think
a
that
good
would
track.
be cool and contribute to the
Okay.
story. Is there
Yeah, no, that's
anywhere
awesome.
that people can access these one shots that you're writing?
So not yet. I am gonna make them once they're kind of fleshed out a little bit more. I will make them into like a little download on my website, and I will have those linked probably through my Instagram, and my handle is @wildshapedreads. So I will have that out, and I'll probably make a little big announcement for that. I'll probably build like a little website or something. That is not
Sweet.
my forte of building all of that building of things. But yeah, that's kind of my plan. Is I want to make it really accessible to anybody, whether they're new or seasoned or what. I just want to make it available to anyone.
And that is what Once Upon a One Shot is all about. So
Exactly.
stay tuned for more playtesting of Mari's one shots, because I am definitely sure that that's going to happen. Anybody else have anywhere you want to talk about where people can find you? Any events coming up? Anything like that?
Plug your stuff.
Not that I can think of.
Great.
I guess
like,
Julia should
after-
plug her Discord server.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
What?
Mhm.
Book one?
Yeah, do you have a book Discord server?
Yeah, I have a book Discord server.
Ooh.
It's relatively brand new.
Hmm.
We started it recently. It's called the Midnight Book Coven, and currently we are
Ooh.
actually doing a reread or a read along for the entire server for all of Sarah J. Maas's books. And
Nice.
once we end the read along, we'll end perfectly at the last ACOTAR book, which is A Court of Silver and Flame, just in time for the 6th book to come out, and then the 7th book we'll read as a Discord server as well when it comes out
Nice.
in January. So definitely
that's
check us
awesome.
out.
Yeah.
We love
Awesome.
buddy reads.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as far as Grimstone goes, if you want to get involved, we also have a Discord server, and that link is in the description of this video. Feel free to join. We love having new players. You don't need to know how to play. You don't need to ever have played anything or run anything in your life. If you want to join and be part of the fun, we're happy to have you, and we'll always find someone to teach you and to help learn along. So feel free to join us if you want to get involved. We do this Once Upon a One Shot show every month. We will be back on Tuesday with our last episode of Secret Agent Barbie on Tabletop Turntable. And if you tune in for that, you'll get to hear from James what we have planned for the next track. So stay tuned for that. We also have some world building in Essentia coming up, fleshing out probably the Karjet, which is the council in Karjid where our characters are originally from, except for Zenny. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So unless anybody has anything else for
Happy Saturday.
Yeah, you guys have a great
happy
Saturday.
Saturday,
Have a
you guys. And
great
for
rest of your
Erika,
weekend.
Mari, Julia, Kessler, and myself, have a great day. Thanks for stopping by, and never stop playing.
Never stop
Bye,
playing.
friends.
Bye.
Bye.